Good morning, everyone. Today we will study the most important topic in biochemistry, that is diabetes mellitus. This particular condition, or it is called as endocrine disorders, caused due to insufficient insulin or absence of insulin. This endocrine disorders is very common in case of human beings, but nowadays the incidence of this diabetes mellitus is increasing in case of pet animal like dogs and cat. This condition is very rare in case of bovines and ruminant. Why it is rare or why it is not occurring in bovines, that we'll discuss when we'll discuss the particular disorder in subsequent lecture. Now today's lecture, to understand the diabetes mellitus, the pathophysiology of diabetes mellitus, you should understand what is the pancreas as an endocrine gland, what are the secretions of this endocrine gland, and how the insulin hormone in regards to structure of insulin hormone, then how the insulin hormone is synthesized and stored in the pancreas, and how it is released. Then what is the mechanism of action of insulin hormone. So if you understand all these things, then only you can understand actual pathophysiology and actual the clinical aspect of the diabetes mellitus and their diagnosis and treatment. So this lecture comprises of, it is a series of lectures. It may take 2-3 lectures in this. So first we will study what is endocrine pancreas, the gross anatomy of the endocrine pancreas in regards to insulin secretion. Second, we will study the structure of insulin, that is a chemical structure, insulin. Then we'll study how this insulin hormone is synthesized. So synthesis, storage and release of insulin. And fourth is mechanism of action of insulin hormone. So these are the points you have to study in detail, then only you can understand actual clinical aspect of diabetes mellitus and the treatment. Okay, so coming to the endocrine pancreas as such, endocrine pancreas. Now this pancreas is a mixed gland. It is a mixed gland because it secrete, that means it has got exocrine function as well as endocrine functions. So exocrine function comprises of synthesis and secretion of enzymes, that is a digestive enzymes, while endocrine portion or endocrine function comprises of secretion of hormones. So exocrine portion of the pancreas is related with acini. These are the cells which secrete or synthesize and secrete the digestive enzymes, while endocrine function is related with the cells which are present in between this acini, and these cells secrete different types of hormones. Now if you see the pancreas, if you structure, So we have now pancreas having the exocrine consist of acini, which are responsible for secretion of enzymes, and endocrine portion where you get the different type of group of cells in between here. They are scattered. This is longitudinally, if you see the section inside the pancreas, and these cells which are scattered cells, they are called as the islets of Langerhans. So group of cells which are scattered cells which are present in between, they are called the islets of Langerhans. Now if you see the total cellular structure, in which 99% of these cells or function is the cells, they are exocrine cells or acini, while 1% only they are comprises of the islets of Langerhans. Understood? So even though the portion is very less, the function is very important of these cells. Now out of these cells, the islets of Langerhans, the scattered cells, they are consist of, there is a group of cells, they are A cells or also known as alpha cells, then beta cells or called B cells or called as a beta cells, called beta cells, then D cells also called as a delta cell, and F cells so called as PP cells. So these are the different types of cells which are present in the islets of Langerhans. So out of these all cells, beta cells comprises or take about 66% are beta cells. Okay. About 1 to 2 millions of islets of Langerhans, they are present in pancreas. Okay, so this is in general the cellular components related with the secretion of exocrine and endocrine portion of the pancreas. Now you will see we are related with this endocrine portion of the pancreas, and that to the beta cells that which secrete insulin. So alpha cells secrete important hormone called as a glucagon. What? Then beta cells which secrete insulin. D or delta cells secrete somatostatin, so hormone, and F cells which secrete pancreatic polypeptides. So this is in general histology and secretion of islets of Langerhans cells. Now coming to the, if you see, expand this islets portion, and if you see the location of this particular islets and this group of cells which are present. So beta cells they are present at the center, isn't it? And alpha cells, they are present at the periphery of islets of Langerhans. So this is okay. So the delta cells, they are present in between, they are scattered in between this. Okay, so this is in general the location of this. If you see the islets of Langerhans, if you expand. Now we'll come to the beta cells which secrete insulin. So the next important topic in this is what is the structure of insulin. Now insulin is a peptide hormone, and any peptide hormone, particularly, it is synthesized as a pre-pro molecule. So it is pre-pro insulin. It is synthesized, and then it is converted to active form of insulin by post-transcriptional changes in the molecule. Now pre-pro, if you see the structure of insulin, is consist of first sequence of amino acids. I'll use a different color for this. So this is called as a signal sequence. So first sequence of amino acids, it is called the signal sequence. Then after that there is a chain. It is called as a beta chain or B chain. And at the last there is a this is called as A chain. So structure is very important, because on the basis of structure only we'll study how it is synthesized particular, and how it is active form of the hormone or insulin, it is converted from the pre-pro insulin. So pre-pro insulin consists of the signal sequence, then beta chain, so B chain around 30 amino acids, and A chain around 21 amino acids. Okay, so and in between these two chains, they are connected by another connecting sequence. This is called C-peptide. So structure is very important. Each and every segment has got an important function, and it is to be considered. While C-peptide, which connects the B chain and A chain, isn't it? The shape is a C shape, isn't it? That's why it is called C-peptide, or also known as connecting peptides, because of it is called as a C-peptide. Got? So this is about the structure of pre-pro insulin. From this pre-pro insulin is synthesized in the rough endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus, and this pro-insulin consists of, that means this particular signal segment is chopped and only you have a B chain, A chain and C peptide. Okay, so this is the B chain, A chain and C peptide. Okay, then when the active form of insulin, that is insulin, it is formed, this is further it is converted, or it is some modifications that are taking place in this. That means there is a disulfide linkage which is formed in between this two A and B chain, and also intra chain there is one disulfide linkage which is formed, and this C chain it is cleaved, so it is C peptide or C peptide cleaved like this. So this is C peptide and this is insulin. So B chain and A chain, and these are the disulfide linkage in between this, and you will get a biological active insulin. So this is about the what is the structure of insulin, and this is very important stuff because you should know what are how the modifications which are taking place from the pre-pro insulin, which is inactive form of insulin, and how it is from the active form of insulin. So active form of insulin consists of A and B chain. A chain is around 21 amino acids, B chain 30 amino acids. So disulfide bridge, isn't it? Disulfide bridge. This is a disulfide bridge is developed between these two chain, and also there is a chain, there is an intra disulfide linkage. Okay, so this is the actual structure of insulin and the C peptide. Right? Now coming to the synthesis of insulin, how the insulin is synthesized in the synthesis of insulin. Okay, so we have studied the morphology of, or you can say the pancreas, how it looks. So if you if you want to remember this longitudinal section of this particular pancreas, you just remember the bitter gourd, or you can say bitter melon or Karela. If you take the longitudinal section of this Karela, if you see the arrangement of the seeds and if you the structure inside, it's same as that of the pancreas. That's why it is said that this particular bitter gourd is used for the treatment of, isn't it, one of the important remedy for the diabetes mellitus in Ayurvedic medicine, where this may stimulate the synthesis and release of the insulin. So this is how to remember the insulin, pancreas. So in synthesis of insulin, as we know that is synthesis, it takes place in beta cells of islets of Langerhans. So we'll draw the beta cell here. So in beta cell of Langerhans, islets of Langerhans, okay. Now for synthesis, as you know, for any hormone synthesis or protein synthesis, a protein hormone or can say peptide hormone, so it is by the protein synthesis process that is translation and transcription. So we have a nucleus of the beta cells, we have a chromosome having a, so chromosome having the specific location for the gene for the insulin and this gene, when it is transcribed, transcription of the gene gives the mRNA. So we have studied the protein synthesis, where there is a formation of mRNA from the DNA, isn't it? So DNA, which is located on the chromosome for particular insulin, so this mRNA is then translated into protein, that is a, so this mRNA comes out of the nucleus and it will binds with the ribosomes in the cytoplasm and for the translation of the, but now in the ribosomic the cytoplasmic ribosome, where the most important thing is synthesized is the signal sequence. So in the signal sequence it is synthesized, and this particular ribosome is carried to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, isn't it, where the various other ribosomes they are located for these are the rough ER, endoplasmic reticulum, and these ribosomes, they are located in this rough endoplasmic. So further synthesis of this on the basis of mRNA sequence, takes place in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this particular signal sequence, maybe because of it signals for this rough endoplasmic reticulum, or it direct this particular ribosome towards the rough endoplasmic. That's why it is called a signal sequence. And here you will get other peptide chain which is synthesized by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So you get a peptide chain like this, it is synthesized, that is a signal sequence, A chain, B chain, A chain, and C peptides. Now this particular pre-pro, this is called a pre-pro insulin. Pre-pro insulin. Now rough endoplasmic itself, this particular signal sequence is chopped by the endopeptides, isn't it? So they chop this signal sequence by the endopeptides. They chop this, and we have a chain, a B chain, A chain, and C chain. Okay, so this, after chopping, this is called as a proinsulin. Now this proinsulin, then it is carried. So the vesicles from this, the bud from the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and it is carried to Golgi apparatus. So in Golgi apparatus, we have a Golgi apparatus. So in Golgi apparatus, there this proinsulin, it is carried for further polishing, or you can say the further modification, and it is packed in the vesicle. Okay, and then these vesicles are secreted. These are called the secretory vesicles. These are secretory vesicles. Now what does it contain? The secretory vesicles contain your insulin, C-peptide, and little amount of proinsulin. So when it is secreted out, isn't it, in the blood, what does it contain? So when the beta cells of pancreas, it secrete the content outside, that is secretory vesicles. The secretory vesicles come close to this particular cell membrane and then secrete this. So it secrete insulin, then C-peptide, and little amount of proinsulin. It's very little amount of proinsulin, it is secreted. So this is a secretion of beta cells of islets of Langerhans. Along with that, there is one important molecule also secreted called amylin. So this we'll study afterward. What is, we are not amylin. This is the C-peptide and insulin is very important as far as the diabetes mellitus is concerned. So this is about a synthesis of insulin. Okay, so now most other important thing is that, so in vesicles the insulin always present along with the zinc. So storage of insulin along with the zinc molecule. Okay, so zinc is very important molecule. Always remember that always the insulin, it is stored in the form of insulin. Suppose this is a zinc molecule, so along with that the insulin, it is stored. Okay, so storage of the insulin takes place along with the zinc. So this is about the insulin, that is a endocrine pancreas. Okay, so we just will take the recap of all what we have studied about the endocrine pancreas, then structure of insulin and synthesis, storage of the insulin, and next lecture will have a release, how the insulin is released and what is the mechanism of action of insulin. So just we'll take the recap of all these things. So endocrine, in endocrine the pancreas is a mixed gland having the exocrine endocrine function. The exocrine function is related with the digestive enzymes which comprises of acini. So most of the structure or cellular structure of the insulin, it comprises of the exocrine portion, that is 99% of their acini, while endocrine function, which is only 1%, which is comprised of islets of Langerhans. Okay, so they are scattered in between the islets of Langerhans. They are scattered in between these acini. Most of the islets of Langerhans, they are present at the tip of the this pancreatic portion or pancreatic cellular structure. Now these islets of Langerhans, they consist of 4 type of important cells, that is A cells, or also called as alpha cells, which secrete glucagon. What? Then B cells or beta cells, which constitute of most of the cells of the islets of Langerhans, that are around 66%. They are the beta cells, and of the total the cells, that is about 1 to 2 millions of islets of Langerhans. Then delta cells, which scattered in between and which secrete important hormone, that is somatostatin, while beta cells which are secrete insulin. One more cells, F cells, which secrete pancreatic polypeptide. So then we have studied the what is the position of this particular cells in the islets of Langerhans. In the position of the cells, beta cells at the center, and they are most abundant, that is 66%, I told you, and then the alpha cells at the periphery, and the scatters, they are delta cells. Okay, then coming to the structure of insulin. The structure of insulin, it is as a protein hormone. It consists of it is secreted, or you can synthesize in the as a pre-pro insulin, which is inactive form of the insulin, which is comprised of signal sequence, few amino acid first, then the beta chain, B chain, sorry, and then the C peptide and A chain. So B chain contain about 30 amino acids, and A chain comprises about the 21 amino acids. What? Now C peptide is connect A, B and A chain. So if you after removing this particular cleavage of the signal sequence, what we will get is the proinsulin. So proinsulin consists of B chain, A chain and C peptide. Then there is a formation of disulfide bridge between the A and B chain, and intra chain there is a one disulfide bridge it is formed. So that is called as we are calling as active insulin, and there is a cleavage of this C peptide from the B and A chain, so you get a separate C peptide. So this is the form of the insulin, which is active form, and it is secreted in the blood. What? So then how it is synthesized and how the insulin is synthesized. So for the synthesis of the protein hormone, as we said, there is a gene which is located for the particular hormone, that is insulin. Suppose this is insulin gene located on the short arm of the chromosome number 11, and this it is transcription of this DNA to mRNA. So mRNA is formed. Now this mRNA comes to the cytoplasm, and it will this particular subunits of the